with the night, and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I hurt, hurting runs off my shoulders. How can I hurt when holding you? Warm, touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. Oh, no, Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so
Alrighty, well, we're in the last 23 minutes of the show, and for those that don't know, the majority you should, we remember in the last 20 minutes of our show, we'll always play the same 5 songs at the end of our show. So, yeah, we'll crack on, but I'll just backtrack to what I'd said before. It's what I always, not always, what I've started saying, came up in the conversation this morning, I've brought it up again in the chat room. Shepherds and sheep. Alright? For the simple fact where they're so, we were talking about politicians there, and somebody brought up the point where, yeah, but no matter what happens, because these people are politicians, the community still listen to them, regardless. They still, you know what I mean? They still get so much swing, because as soon as they release a statement, everybody wants to hear about it and everybody wants to talk about it. But what we need to start doing is stop being the sheep. I call it the sheep factor. Sheep follow shepherds. Alright? We trusted the politicians to be our shepherd and lead us into a safe and shared future, when it shouldn't have even been shared in the first place. It's ours. It's our divine right as British citizens to have free reign over British land. It's our God-given right. So that word shared annoys me, because why should we share what's ours with anybody? Why? That's the thing. Why should we need to say, yeah, do you know what, we'll share this with the Republicans? No. Stand up, get a backbone and tell them, this is mine, this is my land, it's my laws, your country is way over that way, pal. Fuck off. Alright? Apologies for the language, but I feel really strongly on this one. Shared future. Shared for who? No for me, no for you, no for all brothers and sisters over in Belfast. Nothing's been shared. We've been fucked. So see that sheep factor I'm talking about? We trusted the politicians to become our shepherds and lead us to a shared future and a better future. They've not led us at all. They've led us astray. So we need to stop being the sheep. We need to be the shepherd. Alright? We need a couple of guys and women, common men, to stand up and be counted. We need them to become a shepherd and lead the community, who we'll call the sheep just now, as sheep follow shepherds, like I've just said, and lead them in to a better future. Alright? And it's got to be a long fight. But sheep follow shepherds, and we need shepherds. It's a fact. Alright? Because if sheep don't have shepherds, guess what? They just baa all day long. Baa, baa, baa. Round that big field, and nothing gets done. Alrighty? But we'll leave it at that one. But we'll start the close down of the show. British Soldier.
In the station in the city, a British soldier stood, talking to the people there if the people would. Some just stared in hatred and others turned in pain, and the lonely British soldier wished he was back home again. Come join the British Army, said the posters in his town. See the world and have your fun, come serve before the crown. The jobs were hard to come by and he could not face the dole, so he took his country shilling and enlisted on the roll. But there was no fear of fighting, the empire long was lost. Just 10 years in the army, getting paid for being bossed. Then leave a man experienced, a man who's made the grade, a medal and a pension, some memories and a trade. Then came the call to Ireland, as the call had come before. Another bloody chapter in an endless civil war. The priests, they stood on both sides, the priests, they stood behind. Another fight in Jesus' name, the blind against the blind. The soldiers stood between them, between the whistling stones, and then the broken bottles that led to broken bones. The petrol bombs that burned his hands, the nails that pierced his wished that he had stayed at home, surrounded by his kin. The station filled with people, the soldier soon was bored. But better in the station than where the people warred. The room filled up with mothers, with daughters and with sons, who stared with itchy fingers at the soldier and his guns. A yell of fear, a screech of brakes, a shattering of glass. The window of the station broke to let the package pass. A scream came from the mothers as they ran towards the door, dragging children crying from the bomb upon the floor. The soldier stood and could not move, his gun he could not use. He knew the bomb had seconds and not minutes on the fuse. He could not run to pick it up and throw it in the street. There were far too many people there, too many running feet. Take cover, yelled the soldier, take cover for your lives. And the Irishmen threw down their young and stood before their wives. They turned towards the soldier, their eyes alive with fear. For God's sake, save our children, or they'll end the short lives here. The soldier moved towards the bomb, his stomach like a stone. Why was this his battle, God? Why was he alone? He lay down on the package and he murmured one farewell to those at home in England, to those he loved so well. He saw the sights of summer, felt the wind upon his brow. The young girls in the city parks, how precious were they now? The soaring of the swallow, the beauty of the swan, the music of the turning earth, so soon would it be gone. A muffled soft explosion and the room began to quake. The soldier blown across the floor, his blood a crimson lake. They never heard him cry or shout, they never heard him moan. And they turned their children's faces from the blood and from the bone. The crowd outside soon gathered and the ambulances came to carry off the body of a pawn lost to the game. And the crowd, they clapped and jeered and they sang their rebel songs. One soldier less to interfere where he did not belong. And will the children growing up learn at their mother's knee the story of the soldier who bought their liberty, who used his youthful body as the means towards the end, who gave his life to those who called him murderer, not friend. Right, so we get a wee glass here for absent friends.